Greetings, Earthlings! It finally happened here, and today, March 27th, will go down as one of the best days in my life because it is the day that, after 12 years of waiting, Nintendo finally announced a sequel to Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, which is coming out in 2026. Even though there's not much we see, there's still a lot we see. Before we get down to the actual meat of the trailer, let's talk about the Miis. The Miis are different. Their art style is different. The lighting is much more natural, I feel. Like the lighting interacts a lot more with the environment, and I feel like they took inspiration from Animal Crossing New Horizon a lot for this game, which isn't a bad thing. Maybe the people who made Animal Crossing had something to do with making this game, which I love that. Some of the new things the Miis have are, there's some new hairstyles because this definitely isn't the same style as Miis are used to, so the hairs are very different. Like we see a girl with some space buns with the tendrils, so we can make Deto in this game now. We see an old man with like a middle part early in the trailer and an old lady walking behind with a hairstyle that looks kind of familiar, but it's different. And talking about the hairs, we've got hair tip colors. Just like in Miitopia, we get to change the overall color of the hair and the tip of the hair. Just like with the eye colors, we see some people with some pretty extravagant eye colors in this trailer, so the many different eye colors from Miitopia are definitely coming back. And then a much debated topic has been the makeup. Some people think we're getting the makeup from Miitopia, some people don't, but me personally, I think we are, because at the point where we see the old man breakdancing and everything, his face looks a lot more detailed than some of the other Miis. Like he has the eye bags that come with the Mii maker, but then again he has some secondary eye bags under his eyes, and then at the top of his eyes he has like, his eyelashes are weird, like he has two lines. I feel like the line at the top was added, and his eyebrows are eyebrows we've never seen before, unless they're really going all out with the Mii maker in this game. Those eyebrows were made with the makeup from Miitopia. So let's continue into what actually happens in the trailer. We hear some Miis talking in what seems to be like a plaza of some sorts. They're in some benches and they're talking, and the girl Mii talks about something tornadoes, and not even the captions understand what the Mii says, but it's crazy. And then in that shot we see some buildings, which I'll talk about in detail later, but for now I'm just gonna point them out. We see this TNC Reno building, and then we see like the clothing shop in the background. And this shot is really important. Apart from the fact that we see Miis in group outside, which is lovely to see, we have a building here to the left that I think is the cafe. It basically has the exact same layout and style as the cafe from Tomodachi Life. And we see a lighthouse, which is an entirely new location. Like neither collection or life had a lighthouse. Maybe this will be the replacement for the observation tower, but we'll see. Over here we see a better shot of the cafe, which after seeing it like from the distance, it only looks more like the cafe from Tomodachi Life, so I'm pretty convinced that that is going to be the cafe. And then we have a Mii smelling some flowers, and she says,
"How refreshing."
Now, we see Miis fighting just like they did in Tomodachi Life, and I'm so happy to know that they're here throwing everything once again. And the things they are throwing is kind of important to me because, as we all know, Tomodachi Life had a lot of like treasures that didn't serve any purpose apart from like for confessions or selling them in the pawn shop for different amounts of money. Now, the treasures we see in this trailer are kind of interesting because most of them we've already seen. Like we see the disco ball, the dice, the cherry teeth, the diamond, the marble, the door handle, the lucky cat, and the rubber ducky. But there are two new treasures that aren't in any of the other versions of Tomodachi Life. There's a ship in a bottle that gets thrown and a piñata. And I just love for the fact that they're over here fighting like crazy, and this Mii is just chilling with his eyes closed in his front porch. We also see a closer shot of the fountain right here, and it's quite smaller compared to the one in Tomodachi Life. We talked about treasures, but let's talk about the gifts really quick, because I feel like this Mii in this shot where she's like lifting the dumbbells, I feel like this is one of the gifts that you can give to the Miis once they level up. Maybe it's not, and maybe they can just pull out some random dumbbells at any point outside, but I do believe that those dumbbells are going to be one of the gifts we can give the Miis. And in this shop, we can also see 4 different houses and a better look at some other buildings like Right Price, the Quick Building, and the Fresh Kingdom, which I'll get back to right now, because right now is the money shot, the map. And we have to talk about this because there's quite a lot to talk about. First off, we got what I believe is the cafe, which is called Tomoria. So the buildings actually have names this time, and they're not just called cafe, clothing shop, and whatever. We see 15 houses in this zoom out shot of the whole island, which isn't even the whole island because we still have quite a bit of land that we don't see of the left hand of the screen. On the right side of the island, we basically see everything, because after it says the name and shows the date, it keeps panning to the right part of the screen, and we do see basically the edge of that part. We have 15 different houses instead of apartments, which begs the question, are the houses going to store 1 me per house, or do different me's get to live in different houses? Like, it gives me more questions than answers, and I really can't wait until we see more of this game, because this is really important to me. Because if we can only have 15 me's, which I doubt it, that's such a huge downgrade from the first 2 games, especially since Tomodachi Life was able to store 100 me's. Now we have from left to right, let's talk about the main 5 buildings that we see here. We have the Right Price, which I believe to be the pawn shop of this game. Just by the look of the building, it looks quite a bit like the pawn shop from Tomodachi Life. We see this Quick building. Now this is important, because the fact that it's called Quick Building leads me to believe that you'll be able to build different types of things in this island, and the layout won't just be appearing as you like unlock them like in the first game. Maybe the main buildings that we see here in these like sidewalk areas will be unlocked as you progress in the beginning of the game, but I believe that you'll be able to place like different types of buildings or small activities that the Mies can do around the island. Like for example, these tables and chairs and benches, you know? After that is Fresh Kingdom, which obviously is the food mart of this game, which I love how that building looks. It has so much personality, I love it. After that, we have here in the middle the fountain, of course. On top of the fountain, there's like a plaza with some more chairs and tables and some vending machines, which we see a me interacting with right there. And on top of that, we have the MNN Tower, which is the news tower, which is, I'm so happy it's making a return, which is called the MNN, Me's News. I have no idea what it could mean. It says today's news, so the daily broadcasts are coming back, and I'm super happy. And then we have the Wear and Wear, which is probably the clothing shop. Now, there is no hat shop, but I believe that we don't really need one, because I think they merged the clothing shop and hat shop for this game, because we do see the older looking me being talked about tornadoes in the beginning of the trailer with a hat on his head. So I do believe hats are coming back. It's just that they're going to be merged with the clothing shop. And then we see the TNC Reno building, which is the interior shop, I'm pretty sure, because in the outside we see that it has a couch, a bookshelf. I'm pretty sure that the houses will be a lot more customizable this time around. I think we'll be able to buy individual furnitures instead of just a full interior set, which has me really excited as to what we're gonna be able to do with the houses and the interiors in this game. We of course have the beach, which we saw at the beginning of the trailer, and we see 3 me's there. And this is one of the things that bugs me the most. I think on the left hand of the screen, right next to the Right Price, I think that's a pool. Now I could be wrong, and it could be just a section of water that is placed around the island, but I can't help but think about a pool. Maybe it doesn't make sense, because a pool and a beach at the same time, like what sort of interactions would be different? But I believe that the beach are only going to be in the shores, just like they did in Tomodachi Life, like to run around, build sandcastles and whatnot. But the pool, they'll actually be able to swim in, lounge and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see an interaction of them putting on sunscreen, them sunbathing, you know? Like, I do believe that that is a pool, but I won't be upset if I get proved wrong. Now, another part I'd like to touch on due to the quick build, I do believe that these like random tables and benches we see around the island, like in the grass and the sidewalk, part of me thinks that that'll be part of the quick build. Like, those are going to be things that you can buy to place around the island just to decorate. As well as when we saw the me sniffing the flowers, there was like a fence and flower bushes. We don't see that same placement on any of the other house areas in this trailer. So that leads me to believe that that'll be things that you can buy in the quick build shop and just decorate the island much more like in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Because we do see the lamppost with different layouts, like right next to the fountain on the left hand of it, with a trash can, a vending machine, and a lamppost on the sidewalk. But then on the right side, we have 2 lampposts on the grass. So that leads me to believe that you'll be able to customize the island in this game a lot more. Now that we talked about the locations that are in this game, let's talk about some notable locations that are missing in this game, which, first of all, the amusement park, nowhere to be seen in this trailer, but maybe it'll be something that you can buy later on with a quick build, or something you unlock later on. Maybe it's on the left hand of the screen, apart from this main island, just like it was in Tomodachi Life. We don't have a campground, but I don't think there'll be one since we don't have the Street Pass feature in the Nintendo Switch, but maybe they'll come up with some sort of way that you can share islanders with some other people. There's no career counselor from Tomodachi Collection. There's no compatibility tester from both games, which upsets me because that was one of my favorite features to play with. But then again, it could be one of those small things that you can buy from the quick build shop and just place them around the areas for you to interact with later. There's no concert hall, which also really bugs me. The songs is one of the best parts in both Tomodachi Collection and Tomodachi Life, so for me not to see the concert hall in this game definitely hurts. But maybe it's something that you can build later on. Like, there's so many possibilities in this game and so much we don't know about it yet that I can't really say for sure what is and isn't coming back. This is all just speculating. There is no hat shop, but as I said, I think it is going to be merged with a clothing shop, the Wear and Wear. There is no observation tower, but maybe the lighthouse will be the new observation tower that the Miis just go up there and spend their time. Maybe that'll be one of the new confession spots. There is no park, but at the same time, there's a lot of green areas in this island that I believe the Miis will just be able to go around and play on, like the frisbee minigame, the barbecue. The barbecue I feel like is going to be like in the plaza with the wood floor next to the TNC renovations shop. There is no photo studio, but maybe it'll have a built-in photo mode, so we'll see. There is no port, but I do believe there's going to be one right where the lighthouse is, because unless there is no like me sharing feature in this game, like you can't have the babies go out and explore the world like you did in Tomodachi Life, but I could be wrong, and maybe the port is coming back or it isn't. It depends if the port and the campground are coming back. We'll have to wait for more details on that. There is no rankings board, but just like the compatibility tester, I feel like that'll be one of the things that maybe you could build from the quick build shop. And something that really puzzles me, there is no town hall visible in this map shot, which really confuses me because that's how you were able to register new Miis. Maybe it'll just be something that you can do in a menu of some kind instead of a building this time around, but I'm interested to know what they're gonna do with the town hall. And of course, we get the title of the game, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, which in Japanese the name is different. I can't remember right now, but it is Tomodachi Collection instead of Tomodachi Life, and it is coming out next year, so we have to wait quite a bit, but I don't mind. I'm just glad that we finally have some news about Tomodachi Life and a new game that I don't care if I have to wait a year. I'm just glad it exists. And at the end of the trailer, we see one of the iconic dreams are coming back for this game, seeing one of the funniest things I've seen in an announcement trailer. This is one of my favorite things in the entire trailer. This trailer has a lot of things, has a lot to be analyzed, but also has a lot left to be desired. Is that how you say it? It tells us a lot about the game, but at the same time, it tells us nothing because we have no idea how this game is going to play, because it seems like with the benches and the tables around the island, just in different spots, I wonder if there will be like a free camera, if this will be like a free camera sort of game. Like, I'm really interested to see in what the gameplay of this game is going to look like, because the Miis look like they're going to be more outside of their houses / apartments than they're going to be inside. So I'm definitely interested in what else they show in this game. Hopefully they show more in the coming months and announce a release date before the year ends, but I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting this to drop on the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and maybe we'll have a special look there to tell us that it's coming for both the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2, but that is left to be seen. So regardless, if a new trailer drops, you better believe that I will be back to analyze the fuck out of it. Even if I'm completely wrong when the game drops, I don't care. I will analyze every single frame, bring you guys everything I find. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and hit the bell notification icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Stay safe, stay weird, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.